Hi, this is Ike from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today, book of Curious George, Chase the Rainbow from 2015. So let's get started. It was a beautiful day in the country. Steve, Betsy, and their dog Chucky was visiting from the city for the first time. George couldn't wait for their outdoor adventure to begin, but first they had to unpack. When Betsy dropped her books, George saw something amazing. That's a rainbow, George said. Uh, that's a rainbow, George said, Betsy. See the pot of gold at the end? In a leprechaun, rainbows are always the same. 7 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. While Betsy told George about rainbows, the man helped Steve prepare for a hike. Have you ever seen any wild animals? Steve asked. We have got skunks and deers. I had never seen a moose or I have even seen a moose or two, the man replied. A moose? Steve said. Now there's something you don't see in the city. At last it was time for their hike. I'm driving into this town to get food for dinner, said the man. Just then thunder grumbled low in the distance. If it rains, head home, he added. George knowed the way. George led them into the forest. I'm not leaving without a picture of a moose, Steve said. Just then he felt a raindrop. Oh no, not rain. Do we have to go back already? I don't I don't think so, Bessie said. It's probably going to stop soon. Look, the sun is already peeking through the clouds. When George turned around, there was a huge colorful rainbow arching across the sky. That's the biggest rainbow I had ever seen, said Bessie. George was excited to have found a rainbow, but he couldn't see the pot of gold from here. I'm climbing this tree to take a picture, Steve said. George needs a better view, too. He knew if he was going to find the pot of gold, he needed to get closer. George ran off in search of the rainbow inn, with Chalky close behind. Chalky, George, wait, Bessie yelled, chasing them through the rain. When Bessie finally caught up with them, George tried to explain that he had wanted to reach the pot of gold, but no matter how far or fast he and Charky ran, the rainbow only got farther away. The leprechaun with a pot of gold is just a fairy tale, said Bessie, but I guess it couldn't hurt to look just in case. They hadn't gone far when something small and green hopped through the bushes. George, wait, could it be the leprechaun? George thought he must be getting close to the pot of gold now, but it was only a green frog. Usually George would be happy to meet a frog, but it was no leprechaun. George wasn't disappointed for long, though, because the frog had led him to a second rainbow. Sorry, George, Bessie said. That's not another rainbow. It's only a reflection of the rainbow in the water. Meanwhile, Steve realized he was lost. Suddenly, something moved in the bushes. A moose, Steve shouted, snapped in a picture, but the moose didn't like Steve's loud voice or his camera. Back away from the moose slowly, a boy said. It was George's friend Bill. He knew a lot about the wilderness, and whatever you do, don't frighten it, Bill added. The moose walked off into the forest. When the coast was clear, Bill introduced himself. Can you help me find my sister and our friend George? Steve asked. I know George, Bill said. Follow me. I saw his friend in town. He'll help us. Steve, said the man, where are Betsy, Chalky, and George? We got separated in the woods, Steve said. George saw a rainbow and he ran off. If I know George, I bet he want to find that pot of gold. Wait, I bet he want to find the gold at the end of the rainbow. I have an idea to help him get home, the man said. George and Betsy were trying to find their way home. Suddenly, Charky began to bark. Something was glowing from the end of the rainbow. It must be their pot of gold. They raced toward the light. George, over here, called the man with the yellow balloon. He was standing on the roof of their house holding a bright, shiny balloon that was wearing a very familiar yellow hat. George was happy to be home with his friend. There was no pot of gold, but he knew he had found the real treasure at the end of the rainbow. So that was Curious George Chased the Rainbow from 2015. So if you like, subscribe, share, and comment. Have a groovy day with another video coming out real soon.